Manitoba beef producers tonight on Great Tastes of Manitoba. I'm so glad you stuck around because we are going to do our beverage pairings in just a moment here with Alblas, product ambassador, Manitoba Liquor Marts. But Elisabeth Harms, we had some kind of underloved cuts of meat that we sort of finessed tonight. Not sort of, I think we did. Let's walk through our recipes one more time.
Yeah, so we started with the flank steak and added some teriyaki flavoring to that with some cornstarch to get it nice and tender. And then we moved to the sirloin tip and did some kebabs, some fabulous stuff on the barbecue. And then we ended off with the shank stew, giving it some South American flair. And yeah, cooked that nice and low and slow.
The recipes for this show and the complete series of Great Tastes are available on the GreatTastesMB.ca website. And one recipe from today's show will be in the classified section of the Winnipeg Free Press.
So just when we were on commercial, we were all like smelling what you've got here in terms of beverage pairings. So what was kind of your thought process here?
So my thought process was, Elisabeth's taking these underappreciated cuts of meat and really infusing them with flavor. We have spirit with a lot of flavor as well. So we're talking about American whiskey. And when you think American whiskey, you immediately think of bourbon. What we do have a bourbon cocktail, but we have two fairly iconic American whiskeys. What we have is Tennessee whiskey. So for those of you maybe who are familiar with, a product called Jack Daniel's, it's Tennessee whiskey, made a lot like bourbon in the sense that it's a very flavorful spirit. It's a brown spirit, meaning it's been aged in oak, new oak, so a lot of flavor there, new charred oak. So you can see we're getting layers of flavor. If you're shopping the Manitoba Liquor Mart and you see Jack Daniel's single barrel, it means just that. And those barrels are usually coming from the upper floors of the aging warehouse. As a result, it's hotter, right? The interaction with the wood and the whiskey happens at a faster rate, a more prolific rate. What you end up with is really kicked up spice, really kicked up flavor, and a beautiful, strong whiskey, which is why we've chosen to serve this with an ice ball. The Gentleman Jack was neat because it's more delicate. We have an ice ball here because you're gonna want the ice to melt a little bit, dilute the product, so you can enjoy those bold flavors. The main difference is when you're storing bourbon, or when you're storing Tennessee whiskey in this case, they have a winter, but it's usually hot there a lot of the year, and they have very hot summers. So as these products are aging in the barrel, imagine you have 8 floors within a warehouse. There's not usually temperature control. If you were in a house and it was really warm in the summer, it was a 3-story, where would you want to be? No AC. In the basement. So Gentleman Jack is actually on the lower floors of the warehouse. It goes through a more soft, delicate maturing process. So you have these beautiful spice and wood flavors. Banana is something a lot of people get from this, but it's not as in your face as you maybe would be expecting. And for the third pairing, we've done something a little bit different. We've created a cocktail using Woodford Reserve bourbon. What we've done is we took a martini shaker. We're not making a martini. We muddled some rosemary, added bourbon, Woodford Reserve bourbon, lemon juice, and an egg white. And what you do is you shake all these ingredients together without ice, strain it into a glass with ice, and we've chosen to garnish with a little rosemary and lemon twist. The reason why you would use an egg in a cocktail, make sure you wash the egg shell. Using an egg adds protein and body. It's a very traditional method of making cocktails, and just something different, fun to do.
Very lovely. I have to say I like the other two better. Des Daniels, Jack Daniels, just
First
saying.
name basis.
Coincidence? I think not. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. We have so much fun around here. Please join us again next Saturday night for Great Tastes of Manitoba. We'll see you then.
Great Tastes of Manitoba is presented by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by the Government of Canada and Manitoba Agriculture through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership. Promotional consideration is provided by the Winnipeg Free Press. We're there for you. Des Daniels Wardrobe provided by Loca Boutique. Great Taste is produced in cooperation with participating Manitoba Commodities, Manitoba Agriculture, and Manitoba Liquor Mart. Great Taste is produced by Frank Digital.